What's up, everybody? I'm Max Ralph. Seth Engle. Penn State just took down Purdue at Ross-Ade Stadium, 35-31. This game had a little bit of everything. What's your first just kind of takeaway here, Seth?
I mean, first takeaway, that game ends. You know, I just wiped the sweat off. I'm like, oh, man. Thank God that's over with. Like, that was like 9 overtime level. Like, just get me out of here. Yeah. I need this game to end one way or another. Eventually it did end. Some heroics by, Sean Clifford and Kevon Lee there. Just really unbelievable performance.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah, unbelievable, not necessarily in a good way.
But sometimes in a good way. I don't know. I have a lot to say about this game because in the first half I thought Sean Clifford played really well despite the offensive line just not giving him any opportunity to throw the football. And then, receivers had drops. Drops were a problem tonight. Keandre Lambert-Smith had 3 of them on his own, but then he came back and he scored a huge touchdown and made a really nice catch on a slant route later on. Like, that was kind of the theme of this game, was like redemption, because Sean plays well and then he threw a horrid pick 6 that just like derailed everything. Purdue took a lead and you thought it was over, and then Sean comes back, leads that 2-minute drill for a touchdown. Kevon Lee got nothing on the ground all night, scores the game-winning touchdown. Talked about Keandre. Like, it just kind of, and then the defensive line didn't have much pressure on Aiden O'Connell all night, and then end the game with a sack. It's just kind of like the story of redemption tonight.
No, it totally was a game of redemption. But, I mean, the thing that we're kind of missing here is the fact that Penn State went into the halftime locker room, up 21-10.
Yeah.
We've seen that type of thing before where Penn State will go up big, go into the locker room and kind of just blow it. That can't happen this season. You know what I mean? There are certain things that just can't happen. There are certain factors that, will put you at a 7-5 record at the end of the year and will keep you from making the playoffs. And I think that's what Penn State has had over the past 2 seasons. Joey Porter Jr. holds on to that interception in the first quarter. That's another touchdown to the board. We don't get into some of the circumstances that we got into today. The same thing goes if Sean Clifford doesn't throw that pick 6, which was one of the worst passes I think I've ever seen him throw.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Penn State fans have already, just killed Sean Clifford for 6 years since he's been here. The fact that Drew Aller comes in when Clifford goes to the locker room and has a good game, I think it's brutal for Clifford's self-esteem. I don't think he'll really take it to heart, but if he wasn't hated a lot already and people didn't already want Aller to start, I mean, it's just so much more now that we know that Aller, can play in Big Ten football.
To be fair, he played 1 series.
But it was a great series.
He looked good.
He looked more comfortable in the pocket than Sean Clifford did all game.
Yeah. I don't really think there's much debate there as of now, but that's something to monitor. But yeah, it's just interesting because, like you mentioned, there's been times where Penn State had a lead and then it diminished out of nowhere. It happened again tonight, but the difference between the past 2 seasons and tonight is that Penn State still punched back. Time and time again, they punched back.
And they got the job done.
Right at halftime, Purdue was driving down the field, for sure had a field goal and maybe a touchdown. Zakee Wheatley forced a huge fumble. And it's those things. Penn State got punched a lot of times tonight, but it punched right back every time. And that hasn't been the case over these past 2 seasons when Penn State's gone 11-11 overall. It's just week 1, which means a lot of things that, you shouldn't expect great, perfect football, but also, this could play again and Penn State doesn't punch back. It's week 1. You can't take too much from it. But overall, I think there's a lot to work on, but I think it's encouraging that Penn State was able to win this game in the fashion that it did. That's it for us. Thanks for watching. Keep up with our coverage of Penn State versus Purdue all night, all tomorrow, all weekend, online at collegian.psu.edu and on Twitter at PSU Football. Peace.